maybe it's a Friday thing, or maybe it's just a lockdown and uncertainty and, some things that you're dealing with at the moment. But I know for a lot of people, perhaps feeling a little bit meh at the moment. Joining me on the program now, somebody who I've never experienced them feeling meh about anything, Tanya Unkovich. Tanya, it is true, though, that a lot of people doing it tough and just getting to the point where they're saying, you know what, let's just put up that Christmas tree. I mean, we were saying this last time, weren't we? Let's just throw it all in and don't worry about it. Let's just give up on the things that we've been trying to do this year.
Yes, and you make me giggle with meh, because we've all got a different definition of what it feels like, right? Yeah. But so many people are just feeling stuck right now. You can tell by some of the driving going on out there. People are actually really struggling. And as Winston Churchill so famously says, if it feels as though you are going through hell right now, then just keep going.
Yeah, you don't want to stay there, do you?
You don't. You absolutely don't. And it feels uncomfortable. That's the thing. We're all feeling a little bit uncomfortable one way or another, and you want to throw the towel in. But I'm just going to say, just never, never, never give up. And that's what we're talking about today.
Yeah. I think that's also a Winston Churchill quote, isn't it? Except I think he used more nevers than you did.
He used 3.
Hey, that's easier said than done for a lot of people, but it does make sense when you put it that way. If you're in a really messy space at the moment, or you don't feel like keeping going, actually the most important thing to do is keep going so you can get into a better space.
Yes, absolutely, because, it feels difficult while you're going through that tough time. It's the discomfort that we want to run from. But you know what? If you can see that there is light there, then keep going towards that. Keep going towards what you know is possible. But the point is, when you're feeling the discomfort, you lose sight of what is possible. You lose sight of hope. You give up hope. Yeah. And this is where you need to keep remembering, or get someone else to remind you that the only reason that we do fail is because we give up.
I love the point that you're making. Different people have different definitions of what their meh is. For some, it might be a job or a relationship, or perhaps some study that they're doing at the moment. Different people perhaps struggling in different areas.
Yes, absolutely. And, you just mentioned the study thing. Now, it is tough for the students. This is different, learning from home, or gadgets, having to learn remotely and things like that. But just keep remembering that this is actually going to make you even more resilient, especially when you get out there in the workforce, especially when you're having to sit your exams at the end of the year. Yeah. Many people are struggling because we're all cooped up together. Oh, God, we've got to face each other, know? And so often you think, you just want to walk away. It's easier. But the thing is, if you walk away from a problem right now, you're never going to be able to deal with it. You're never going to be able to face the problem. But the saddest thing is you'll never actually face yourself, because when we've got a problem, it means taking a look at that part of you that is uncomfortable with the problem, that's uncomfortable with the situation. So if you keep running, you're never, ever going to build that strong foundation of you.
Yeah. There's a theme and variation on a great motivational quote, which I like, perhaps ironically, which says, if at first you don't succeed, try something easier. Yes. And it's easy to fall back into that saying of saying, no, look, my vision, the goal that I'm working towards is too hard. I'm just gonna stop here, rather than pushing through and achieving what you wanted to achieve.
Yeah. And look, it always means just perhaps taking a bit of a pivot, finding another way to get to where you want to go. If you have an absolute certainty on the outcome that you want, on how you want to feel, how you want to look, how you want your business or your relationship to be, that is what you do not give up on. Yes, maybe you need to give up on the strategy that you're working with right now. It's not possibly the right one. You're doing the wrong thing. So try something else. Try another way. Ask another person. I mean, if Colonel Sanders gave up, we would not have Kentucky Fried Chicken right now.
Oh, gosh, I'm so glad he kept going, right?
He kept going.
Go the Colonel. What a fantastic role model he is. I'm glad that you brought up the Colonel on that one. Other people may have used Thomas Edison, but let's go the Colonel, right?
The Colonel, absolutely, absolutely. But there's so many other examples out there. I mean, we see all these people who have succeeded, like the Tony Robbins and the Joyce Meyers and everyone else. They all had tough times too. They all had barriers and adversity and maybe even failed at certain things. I mean, look, Oprah, she didn't succeed straight away when she went out on her own with her own network.
Yep.
She really struggled, but she kept going, and that's what we have to do now, both, individually, as a family, as a relationship, as a country.
Yeah.
We have to keep going.
Yeah, no, very important stuff indeed. And you're talking about, some of the barriers, some of the obstacles that are in our way. Well, I suppose an obstacle is just an opportunity to say, hey, well, maybe not that way. Let's go round. Let's find a different way of doing things.
Yes, absolutely. You know how when you're driving and your GPS is going and she's saying, hey, you're going in the right direction, and then you've taken a wrong turn, then she will correct you again.
Yeah.
It's that same kind of thing. If you're trying to do something, if you're trying to set up a business or something like that, or go out on your own right now, you don't quite know how to do it, but you're doing some of the things right. There are going to be other areas that you need help with. And even if you do get a stumbling block, then just push through it. If your goal is to go out there and work for yourself and work remotely right now, then focus on that and find the ways to make it happen.
Yeah.
Don't give up on your dream, whatever your dream is.
Like Winston Churchill says, never, never, never surrender. And, it's just as well in terms of world history that he stuck to his guns on that one, literally. And certainly a wonderful example of somebody who pushed through some significant obstacles and found a way forward as well. Hey, Tanya, we certainly appreciate your comments, your enthusiasm, your wisdom as well, and more of that available at tanyaunkovich.com. Have a great weekend. Thanks for joining us.
You are so welcome. All the best. Bye.